Hello and welcome back. It's our third week of the month of Virgo, the month of Elul, and we continue in our spiritual journey of this month, preparing ourselves to the high holidays and actually setting up the pathway for our life for the next 12 months to come. So in this week, we have beautiful energy. We have the energy of this portion of this week, which is Ki Tavo, and I'll share what that energy means. And we have the full moon of the month of Elul, the month of Virgo, which represent really the connection to our potential as the moon is full, representing our fullness and our greatness. So we all aspire to be reaching our full potential, right? And we have two combinations of the 72 names that correspond with this week. One is Lamed Hei Chet, which is really the easy interpretation for this energy is get out of yourself, in a way. And the next correspondent combination that also exists in this week is Kav Vav Kuf, that's known to be sexual energy. But let's see how all is connected and to this week in our spiritual journey as we creating ourselves, as mentioned before, a new life, a new pathway, a new way of connecting to our desires, right? So let's see how it's really helping here. When I look at Lamed Hei Chet, when it's talking about get out of yourself, it reminds me of a movie I've seen many years ago, with Cher. I forgot the name of this movie, but she had, in that role, she played the mother of a son which had was born with different diseases that he was born with like some deformed face and some sort of limitation that separated him from friends and at school, and he really felt that he is so different and he's not as normal as everyone else. And yeah, the kids and the neighbors were sometimes laughing, commenting, talking behind his back and so forth. So obviously he felt so different, so not connected. And his mom, Cher, was really like motivating him and teaching him that actually his different is actually this is his gift and how much he's capable of so much. One of the scenes that he felt into some sort of a victim consciousness, rightfully so, but he felt like so miserable and he was sad and so forth. Cher came to him, the mother, as she played, and she slapped his face and told him, snap out of it. Why it comes to me right now as a memory, because Lamed Hei Chet is bringing us, is literally we're getting a slapped from the Creator and like, snap out of it, snap out of your old way of behaving this whole year that you may have done different shortcuts and your negative activities or whatever it will be, even like the doubting yourself, the fears that we'll talk about next week, but the fears and the different belief systems that brought you to be in some sort of a victim consciousness, slap from the Creator, snap out of it, get out of it, and come back into the path that the Creator already set up for each one of us to really connect with the light and to draw this light of blessings into our life. The portion of Ki Tavo that is going to be read in the end of this week speaks about the curses versus the blessings. It's known to be one of the portions that a lot of people who do not know anything about Kabbalah or the energy behind the story of this portion, really the way the literal story of the Torah or the ancient script is being read as lots of curses from the Creator. If you do not follow my path, this is what will happen to you. And of course, the Kabbalist Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai in the Zohar explains that all of the curses are blessings in disguise. So the idea of this week, with the two names of Lamed Hei Chet and Kav Vav Kuf, when we're talking about sexual energy or any, it's really talking about curses versus blessings or light versus darkness. Every a light revelation can be also darkness revelation. It depends what is our intention, how we approaching every situation, and even with sex, is like how one is using this in a form of control or a form of like really revelation, the light of love in a couple's life, right? So it's really about this week is our intention and falling into not just the darkness, because it's really easy to say, but falling into a victim consciousness. So snap out of it in a way. And one of our greatest lessons is to understand that it's our human nature. It's our human nature to experience cycles of high and lows throughout our life, right? And when blessings comes our way and lift us up, we feel so good, and more likely that to bring light into the world through kindness and act of sharing, because we feel good, so we want to act like this. If we are honest with ourselves, we know that when we feel good, to share love isn't like so hard, right? It's when we experience the challenges in life that we must put the extra effort to stay positive and share the light. So the wisdom of Kabbalah teaches us that we have more control over our reactions than we think. But where do we begin? When life brings us challenge into our life, how do we align our attitudes with the light? How do we turn towards the sunny side up or sunny side up of a situation when all we feel is frustration, pain, disappointment, and negativity? So we can regain the feeling of control over events in our life through the consciousness. And this week, we have the power with Lamed Hei Chet and Kav Vav Kuf by choosing the light over negative feelings, thoughts, and reactions. We can really successfully connect to blessings. When we shift our thoughts towards the positive, we begin to lessen the influence of negativity in the way they influence us in our life. So with this power of the 72 name of Lamed Hei Chet, it gives us, in those darkest hour, is that the consciousness of certainty, so we can transcend our primal instinct to be like the light. And when we come to really speak about Kav Vav Kuf, it's like we understand also that when we faced the impossible, instead of trying controlling things, sometimes it's an opportunity for us consciously, mindfully to let go. It's so easy to get into a head trip at the first sign of trouble, thinking, oh, this is so terrible, I have to find a way out, I have to find a way to win this, I have to control the situation. Yet, if we have certainty that every circumstance placed before us is from the Creator, and therefore it cannot be so bad, right? So there must be a reason why things are happening in our life. There must be a lesson to be learned here. And maybe the lesson is to simply just to trust this. The Zohar is reminding us the original intent for us is to understand that physicality actually was created so that we can remove the obstacle of physicality like time, space, and motion with our consciousness. The only reason these limitations even exist is because our consciousness is so imbued in the physical reality. Here, in these words, and in these combinations of Lamed Hei Chet and Kav Vav Kuf, God is intending for us to begin again with the original consciousness, the consciousness of sharing by the Creator, sharing our goodness with the world. And it's like we can be a mirror to one another, right? So as we share, we receive the same goodness. We actually receiving a second chance this week. And the Creator, it says that it afforded us a priceless gift of simply being able to start over. It is out of such a great love and mercy. We are repeatedly given a chance to dust ourselves off and start again. With the power of the energy of the concept of tshuva, we're able to do that because the cosmos is alive this week, unlike any time of the year, which we are right now in the third week of Elul, Virgo, reaching as I mentioned last week, a couple weeks ago, the last miles of the marathon. We're really reaching the finish line. We are offered a chance of a new beginning. Our past are forgotten, and we begin again stronger and with a lot of vitality. We commence again facing another year. We arrive unadulterated and pure, as I've mentioned in the past, and our heart is open. So this week, with a portion of this week also, with the Ki Tavo, we're receiving an antidote, like a spiritual medicine, guide, and compass. And this week, we're receiving the energy of rebirthing again, and to connect to all the blessings we have in our life, to count the blessings we have in our life, to count with gratitude of everything that we have received during this year, all the great opportunities that came our way, and maybe opportunities that we missed, but they still came our way. So we get in a second chance. We're literally getting a second chance this week to align ourselves, to do a self-reflection, is the opportunity to see past mistakes and recommit to our spiritual path. And this created, as a healing for us, as a compass for us. And we want to build our desire. We continuously want to build a desire. Remember from last week, we still want to continue to build our desire for all that we wish to see manifested for our life in this coming year. We are given this time this week to planning at the most fundamental level. We can compose a list of everything that we wish to manifest and experience. And another list, as Karen once told us, create another list, a separate list, and identifying action you are willing to take to manifest those things in the previous list that you have created. We cannot expect a different year if we ourselves are not willing to be different. The blessings of life are waiting for each one of us. And it is when we decide to take a spiritual path, activate our spirits, and begin to finally awaken the Creator within us, that we are able to manifest them. We have been given the gift, yet again, to pick ourselves up, to dust ourselves off, and to start all over again. So let's make the most out of it. And you're able to create those lists and really focus on what I've shared with you. It just add on to what I've shared in the last couple of weeks with the support of the 72 name of Yud Chet Vav. And I'm sorry, of Lamed Hei Chet and Kavav Kuf. Okay? Any question that you may have that we're able to support you, you can reach your personal teacher. You know that you can have a personal guide, right? Or you're welcome to email me, rachel.madar@kabbalah.com, or reach me on any of the social media platform to really able to support you in this week, in this month. You may use also the Zohar. I'm actually adding, I highly recommend to use the Zohar with the portions of this week to support you. Every portion is there to support you. We have it in Ki Tavo is this week portion. And any of the Kabbalistic tools that you have learned, you can apply. Happy, blessed week that we are able to connect to the blessings that the Creator intended for each one of us. Good week.